Hey everyone, so I'm doing a quick little book video on what I'm reading. I'm only currently reading 2 books simultaneously, and then I'll show you what I have kind of in queue, or what I've recently picked up. And like I think I've mentioned before, I've been using the library a lot, so anyway, I'll go through all that. So this is a reading video, or about books. If you don't like books, then this is not for you. So the first thing that I've been reading is Oprah. This is by Kitty Kelley. This is the unauthorized biography. Make Up for Lost Time cracks me up when she does her Candles by Victoria reviews, and she always announces everything like, Candles by Victoria! And she does it like Oprah. Anyway, it's funny. So this is kind of interesting. I'm about 200 pages in. I have all kinds of crazy bills and papers in here as bookmarks. But I don't know, I'm kind of having a hard time getting through this. Number one, it's huge. It's like 500 pages. And that's not to say I don't like long books, but I'm not the biggest nonfiction fan, and I love Oprah. I think she's amazing. I think that she does all these wonderful things, and especially for women in the US, and you know, showing people that, you know, that women can have as much power as men, and look at all the amazing things they can do with their celebrity. But this talks a lot about like her dark past and kind of her self-centeredness and how selfish she is, and I don't know, it kind of portrays her in a bad light, and so it's kind of hard to read about somebody that you admire, and then you start thinking like, is it all a sham? Is it all a facade? Is she really, you know, this horrible person who just has a public persona that's really great, and then in her private life she's really an asshole? So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna end up finishing this or not. Right now I'm kind of at the point where she's starting to become famous, so it hasn't really gotten into her more recent years, but it talks a little bit about how she knew Gail back in the 70s, and it talks about how she had a child at some point and the child died. Talks about her abuse and how there was a lot of skepticism that it was a lie. A lot of the claims of molestation and rape and things like that, like they weren't true, or at least the family denies it. So that's kind of, I don't know, it's just not how you want to see her. You want to believe that she's an honest person and that she does all these things from the goodness of her heart, not because she's just climbing to the top and is a power-hungry bitch. So yeah, it's kind of a difficult read, so I don't know. I guess you take it with a grain of salt. The next thing I've been reading, which I'm almost done with, and this is kind of neat, is Chicken Soup for the Grieving Soul. I was kind of, you know, a skeptic of the Chicken Soup books. I used to make fun of them, but when I started teaching, the kids really liked them. I used them a lot in the classroom, and I have quite a few of them, and this one I got from the library. It's pretty, you know, comforting, I guess, is the kind of books I've been looking for in regards to this. The Feathers Brush My Heart book was really excellent. It was all about the mothers who kind of had contacted their daughters after they were gone, and oh, it was tearjerker, but it was a really neat book. Motherless Daughters, but it was too technical, and I don't know, it was like reading a doctor's synopsis of grief, and I didn't like it at all. So anyway, but I recommend this if you've lost someone. It has a lot of really neat stories in it, and there's one little story in here about dragonflies and how dragonflies, like the bugs turn into a dragonfly, and none of the bugs know where the dragonfly went, and they always promise each other, you know, when you disappear, come back and tell us where you went, and once you're a dragonfly you can't come back into the water. And I don't know, it's a neat way of explaining death, and it's kind of interesting. Okay, enough of that. So the next few things I got, I haven't started yet. This one is called I Was Told There'd Be Cake, which are essays by Sloane Crossley. Looks like this. I don't know if I want you all to see my last name. And this is just supposed to be, you know, little short stories and snippets that are humorous, kind of like chick lit. There's another girl, Lori Nataro, that I love. I have a lot of her books that I really like, so I'm hoping this will be very similar. That should be a quick, fun read. And then this one is called The Lotus Eaters. And this is by Tatjana Soli. And I can't remember why. This is about North Vietnam. The Vietnamese army going into Saigon. It's American Woman's Struggle and Triumph in Vietnam, a stirring canvas contrasting the wrenching horror of war, the treacherous narcotic of obsession with the redemptive power of love. So it's a novel of passion, duty, and ambition among the ruins of war. But I've been reading a lot of books that take place in other countries or about, foreign cultures, usually written by American authors, go figure. But this sounded really interesting. I think I saw a reference to it in a magazine or something. Maybe it was an Amazon reference or something. Like, if you like this, you like this. Or people who were reading this also bought this. But anyway, that's what's next on the list. I think I have 3 or 4 other books on hold at the library that I have to go pick up tomorrow. And most of these, if I don't think, like with this one, there's another hold on it, but like with Oprah and the new Tori Spelling book that I'm picking up tomorrow, if someone else is waiting for it, you can't check it out again. So you get it for 3 weeks, and then at the end of that 3 weeks, you can't renew it and keep reading. You have to actually go back to the library and turn it in because someone else is waiting for it. So certain books I'll probably hold on to and renew, and other books I'll probably hurry through and read, which is also why I'm trying to figure out if I want to continue to read Oprah when I have so many other books that I think I'm more interested in at this point. And then these 3 will probably just go on the bookshelf for now, and then eventually when I'm kind of out of library books, I will get around to these, because I think I put about 10 or 15 books on hold with the library in various positions. Like one of them, I think I was like number 3 in the wait list, and some of them I was like number 150. That stupid Oprah Women, Food, and God book. There's another one, The Passage or something. So these are books that I picked up and I will probably read at a later point. This is called Life Sentences by Laura Lippman. I saw this at Costco. I also saw it on a recommendation, I think in either Time Magazine or People or something, I don't know. Anyway, I saw a recommendation for this, and this was at one of our thrift stores for $2. So I picked that up. Actually, I think I've tried reading this before. I'm an idiot. I've actually checked this out and tried to read it, and I didn't like it. So much for that. I'll probably give this to a friend. I didn't think the story was very good. It's about a woman who's exploring a old murder case from her old neighborhood, and it's not a very good book. So, whoops. I think I bought it because I recognized it and I didn't like it. Anyway, this is While I Was Gone by Sue Miller. It was part of the Oprah Book Club. This one was also $2 at our thrift store. So, I've been hearing a lot about this. This lady who gets obsessed with her 20s. She's starting to tell lies that pull her closer to a man from her past and to a horrible secret. Well, I've heard a lot about that. And then this one I've been looking at for a long time. I remember this came out years and years and years ago. This was also a Costco book and a book, Oprah Book Club. This is Songs in Ordinary Time by Mary McGarry Morris. And I don't know, I've seen this all over the place. This was $2 at the thrift store. Summer of 1960 in Vermont. About a strong woman. She's vulnerable, divorced, lonely, ambitious for her children. She's prey for a con man. Her children are, let's see, Alice, 17, who's involved with a young priest. Norm, who's 16, hot-headed and idealistic. And Benji, who's 12, isolated and misunderstood. Desperate for his mother's happiness. He hides the deadly truth he knows about the con man. We meet Sam, the child's alcoholic father, Sam's brother-in-law. So it's basically a tale of every day illuminating the kaleidoscopic lives that could tell the compelling story of this unforgettable family. So it's a very big book, but this looked interesting too. So that's everything I have, and then like I said, I have I think 3-4 books that I'll go pick up at the library tomorrow. And then I probably will either make a decision to finish Oprah or just let it go. I don't think I can renew it, and I think it's due tomorrow, so much for that. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have any recommendations, or if you've read any of these, if you think they're good. If you want a book called Life Sentences by Laura Lippman, let me know. And I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.